do me a favor, Modest. Go down, check if they have opened the reception, and get me some calls.
Oh.
I don't know. It's 4.
Okay.
If you wasted, where have you stayed?
I stay in the right now.
So Virginia, what else do you learn? Apart from psychology, we discussed psychology is a study of education. And all those things can behavior be studied. If you can, how? The question is, can behavior be studied? Yes. How? By studying people again. How can you study behavior? It's very easy for somebody to say, to respond. Whether I'm going to go where I'm saying, guys, can anybody jump in here? Yes! Right? Alright. Who is going to come in front to jump? But the answer was?
Yes.
A very big yes. What have made others not to come in front? Because we, lack of confidence. Which is lack of confidence. Okay.
And if the saying yes, or the second saying yes.
And on the other hand, especially men, you like cigarettes, so you don't need to look like you don't know. So, is that clear? Yes! Come and solve the question. Wait, guys. So in psychology, you have to be very, very sensitive to anything. Okay? To anything because even the way somebody is eating explains a lot. The way somebody is looking at you explains a lot. The way somebody reacts towards you explains a lot. But there are others who have got deceptive characters. How deceptive? You might smile at me, yeah? Not necessarily that you like me, but it's your nature to smile. Or you don't like progress. So you better just give a little glimpse of a smile, and then there you go. For the sake of peace. But that's not what is inside you. So for us as psychologists to know who you are, we have to study you, right? We need to carry out an investigation on you. And that investigation is what we call something which is scientific, because we follow procedures. So psychology becomes a science because it follows necessary procedures in order for us to reach to conclusion. Now, I just wanted us to have this clear in mind that as a psychologist, social worker, you must judge the personalities of people first by the eye contact, the sitting position. Have you ever noticed, you guys, right? You are with someone who is new, and you are sitting maybe on the same chair, and then someone is like, an opposite sex, right? Is not free the way she is sitting. If you may try to touch her, you don't know each other. What? I don't know. I'm not comfortable. What do you want to do there? Somebody is like this. When you are sitting like this, yes? Here is the person. Okay? And then I see like this. This posture of my legs implies what? I'm not looking at you, right? I'm not interested. Even if we are talking nicely, but what is inside me? I've got some other agenda which is not interested in now. But if somebody is, wow, just by the posture of the leg. And that is why, psychologically, you judge the mood, the posture, the eye contact, the voice of someone. Sometimes even the walk of someone tells a lot. The step tells a lot who you are. Your face tells a lot who you are today, tomorrow, at different hours of the day. How? It gives a very good story of the how, because the way you are looking is a justification of what you may have done before you came here. Who you talking to and what they told you. Was it something which is disappointing? Was it something that was giving hope? Yes, guys. Something which is discouraging. If I have quarreled from home, my test will be different here. Why? I will be processing the insult that somebody gave me. Will I concentrate? I'm saying the way she's sitting and the way she's sitting is different. Look at these two girls. Okay? And I'm able to bring out a story from her and and bring out a story from her. If I am to sit down with her, she'll tell me something which is different from her now. The way she is sitting and the way you are sitting is different. And that led me to conclude something from an outsider's perspective. And so as a social worker, you need to be very, very psychological. Because in as much as we are saying these postures which have been concluded, investigated, and conclusions have been made, there are theories now which work. There are other people and other communities who have destructive behaviors and characters according to our culture and tradition. So don't rush into judgment and say, we learn like this. When you think like this, I know that you are not interested. My friend, get out. No. But on the larger aspect is true. You get that right? I am saying, don't rush into conclusions. But on the larger percentage, we are together like this. You sit like this, even if you are looking at me, your mind is not with me. Your mind is somewhere else. Gestures. I greet somebody. This is just a general understanding of psychology. I greet someone and do this. What does that mean? It's for the first time. What does that mean? Tell the story. If you are my fellow man and then you're doing this, what does that mean again? If it's a fellow, it's our opposite sex, you know that there's some information being transferred. Of attraction, somebody wanting you. Yeah. I'm just walking around and I see somebody. Hi. What does that mean? Just have got a meaning. So you need to be very. When you go to any community as a social worker, study what they do. And start first before you start making your private judgment and prejudices and stealing habits. Okay? Very much. And that is why those who are in the intelligence sector, the CID, FBI, can easily find a conflict. Can easily find criminals using what? Forensic psychology. Which is going to study your mind, how you think, how you do things. And this is like that. Very interesting. Come in. So a psychologist is supposed to be a people's person, and a psychologist who is social with, you are a people's person. And so you need to have a people's personality. Let's move. So we're quickly now going to speak like this. Have I given us the course outline? No? Course outline. I haven't given.
Yeah.
When you are to write the best assignment ever, to capture my attention, not as a minister, but as a doctor. How do you capture my attention? I'm just joking as a doctor. But yes, you also have to do that. How do you capture my attention? As somebody who's going to the way you start anything matters most. So the introduction matters most. Introductory part is the most important part. The way you come out in the main body is the most important part. And the way you conclude. Do you know the difference in style for University of Illinois? You must know that. Are they using the Harvard system, the British Harvard system, or are they using the American Psychological Association reference style? ACS. You need to know that. How do we do the referencing when we are following the American referencing style, which is famously known as the MPA? Do I know that? And so you're looking at, I want to get 100% in this assignment. It's possible, right? It's possible. But you need to convince me. So you can do it. How would you convince me? The cover page first. Look at those who completed assignments before and check the cover page. Know your lecturer. Okay? By name. If you didn't want to know me, I'm sorry, you have to know me by force. Because it's part of your life. I mean knowing me by name. Why? It looks queer, it sounds queer, but there is a part where you normally write student's name, right? Lecturer's name. Or from, you put your name. To, you put the lecturer's name. Who's going to mark the work? We're clear, right? So University of the Yongwe, you put your name of the course, Introduction to Psychology, the course code, BS 111 or 1 something, name of student, Johannes BC, name of lecturer. If it's Mr., write Mr. Know the title of the lecturer. If he's a doctor, put doctor something. If you address me as Mr. when I'm a doctor, that assignment is not addressed, it's not sent to me. So if I don't mark it, doctor, because I'm not Mr. If I'm a doctor, right? If I'm a professor, you say doctor, I have no case with you if I don't mark it. Because I'm not doctor something. I hope you understand that. These are rules in academic circles. You need to respect titles because they did not just come. We fought for them. Just as you are fighting for a bed. Is that clear? It's either you put professor, but when you're a professor, it means you have to sign all of this. It's just like you're writing Reverend Doctor, Father Prophet. All of them have to be there. So if it's a professor, you write Professor Doctor Moktuta. If he's a doctor, you just write Doctor K. or Doctor and then there are other formats where you have to put the question there. When you are indicating the question, don't fabricate the question the way it was given to you. Discuss the importance of geography in teachers. Discuss the importance of learning behaviors of teachers. Discuss the importance of learning behaviors of chiefs in villages. The way I have given it to you, don't change it. Because if somebody else is marking that way, they will not know how I phrase it. Put together, right? So that is very important that we need to understand before we start writing assignments. The due date. You have to put down the due date. When was this work due? It has to be on the cover page. In case someone else will mark it when I'm not there. So that is the guide of whether you delay to submit your work or not. You can deduct the marks very well. It's very clear, good guide. As I said, I do not like late submissions. Having done the cover page, what next? I'm going to page 1. Cover page is not numbered. Okay? We do not number the cover page, and that's why the skill of ICT has to come in as well. If you don't know, start learning how to divide the pages. You understand? Although there are issues of formatting that we can learn as well as we are moving on. There is a computer up there. You ask the people that are involved if you do not have the PC. If you have but you do not know how to operate or do formatting, ask somebody from us how to do formatting. They're going to help you. Or come out from the IT section. The same page 1 is not, the cover page is not numbered. It's not supposed to be numbered. So you went to number page 1, page 2, page 3, depending on the number of pages that the lecturer or the assignment is requesting or demanding you to. Each and every assignment is going to have a page. So if you give given an assignment which does not have the number, you ask the lecturer, which does not have number of pages, you ask your lecturer, because in each and every assignment you're supposed to have a limitation of how many pages you have to write. Is this page 3, page 4? 4 pages? 6 pages, 10 pages. Okay? So as I give you the assignment, you're supposed to have that in mind, how many pages you want to write this. There are some of us who may have found a lot of information, and then you feel like, But all this seems to be a good price to be included in the assignment. Can't I just read it? The assignment is 10 pages and your information is reaching up to 12, 15 pages. What do? You summarize and give me the main point. Okay? Summarize this very well. So I'll page 1, cover page, you don't number it. You number page 1 up to maybe page 3. And then there is also the last page, which is normally the references. You don't also number that one. You will then this is one of the sequence. But there are some of us who do not know how to remove now the numbers. Because when you are typing, automatically you have inserted the page number. Then I reach the last page for the references. The number automatically comes. How do I remove the number? So there are others who are artisans. You may just print your work up to page 4 if the assignment was saying 4 pages, and then you can type the references separately. So that the last page does not have a number. Or those who are very good in IT will have you to still remove the page number on the references. So that assignment. You will get it? Now, having said that, how do you now write the assignment from the introductory part? I'm sorry, I don't like sitting when I'm lecturing, but today you allow me to speak. I had a tooth surgery yesterday, so I cannot start. So, for you to come up with a very good assignment, introduction is very key. Alright? The question says, discuss the importance of a social worker having the knowledge of psychology. Discuss the importance of a social worker having the knowledge of psychology. Do we get that one? Discuss the importance of a social worker having the knowledge of psychology. What should come first? Discuss the importance of a social worker having the knowledge of psychology. I said I will not start by being a teacher. Alright, so can we see that? What should come first in the introduction? I first of all must know what am I answering here. Okay? What is it that I am answering here? If you are not getting me clearly, please just raise your hand, okay? I will be slow. Each question that has been asked to you, you should be able to know the actual word. The first word is very important. What is the question asking me to do? There are other questions that are going to ask you to discuss. Like the way we have done. There are other questions that are going to ask you to justify, right? Others are going to ask you to Explain. Others are going to ask you to describe, right? Others are going to ask you to identify. Others are going to ask you to elaborate. Others are going to ask you to do what? To list. And the list goes on. Now, the question asking you to do out of this one. This question is saying, can you discuss? Do I know the meaning of discussion? That's what you should ask. Be philosophical when you are answering this question. Are you getting me? If I mention that a philosopher is a great thinker. Somebody who thinks deep before coming to any conclusion. And so when you're dealing with assignments and you want to do well, follow these steps. Discuss. This question is asking me to discuss, right? Do I understand what discussion means? Ask yourself, what is to discuss? If I don't know, I Google. That's the view of an assignment. When you're given an assignment, you have all the time to do your research. Are you getting me? Unfortunately, we love buying the work. Julius, in 3 weeks from now, what did I? Many occasions, hours are moving, days are passing by. I give you an assignment today. Tomorrow somebody is also going to come and give you another assignment. It keeps piling, you pressure yourself. If you want to do the best that you can, once I give you an assignment, my friend, let your mind get busy. That's the secret to academic success. Get busy. And in psychology, there are others who, as I call them, the follow-follows. I said, in the middle of a pandemic, let me escort you. Did you have a program to escort somebody to pandemic? No. Let me just break my legs. Be careful. He has his program. She has her program. I have yours. Don't be a follow-follow. Time will catch up with you. A time of assignments will catch up with you. And then it will just be like, let me do the assignments overnight. You know, we like working overnight. Something that you do overnight is not going to come out clean. Yeah? Sometimes we become too confident. Think that we have created something so beautiful and presentable. But come back to it tomorrow. You will find very silly mistakes, stupid mistakes, simple or simplest mistakes. Is it me who is writing this? That's how we are. Haven't you noticed that psychologically, at some point you may be saying something, but you are writing something? Ever noticed that? This sentence, John is going to school. John is going to school. What am I saying? John going to school. But with the word of mouth, I've spoken very well and fluently. That's why it's important to go back to the work that you have done. In the exam, you will say, this examination is for 3 hours. There are others who come out within 1 hour, 2 hours. Why? You think we're stupid to have said that exam? It's for a student, each time is enough. It's for a student to finish the work, just going back, check through the spaces. If you did check through your spellings, you'll find that where you were supposed to write is your foot up, or there's some misspelling somewhere. You start correcting that. Is that there? Third thing, discuss the importance of a social worker having the knowledge of psychology. First of all, study what we call the Bloom's taxonomy. Yeah? Please, let us define how this works. Bloom's taxonomy. From here, when we are done, or when you have time, Google what Bloom's taxonomy is all about. It gives you a leeway on how to ask questions. Okay? How to ask questions. And the leading ways are, some of them are here. Justify, to explain what do we mean by justification. Discuss, what do we mean by discussion. Explain, what do we mean by explaining. Identify, what do we mean. Describe, what do we mean. So that when you are given any question, you are in a position to know how to answer that question. This same question can be discussed, the importance of psychology and social work. This same question can be explained, the importance of. Now, the mistake that most students might do, a question that is asking you to discuss, a question that is asking you to justify, you start explaining. Because in the mind of most students, everything is explained. But that's how we end up saying. I'll not dwell on that much, but go and do study on Bloom's taxonomy. Okay? How do you come up with the first assignment? I'll say introduction first. If I am to frame a very good introduction, the question is saying discuss the importance of the social worker having the knowledge of psychology. I need to look at the key words in order for me to come up with the first introduction. Anyamata kama kusema seganama kandi strategy. So mango figure basi nobufuna se. What you going to do? Where are you coming from? Going to say nobufuna. Even in boxing, there is what we call a warm-up. I'm trying to study how and where I can. What are the weaknesses? Even a vehicle, for you to start a vehicle, to start moving a vehicle, started driving, you need to first what? Ignite and let the vehicle at least burn. It's the same, the law goes on there, right? You want to have sex with your woman or your man, you must take it men, women, right? Men try it. You just reach in, walk and go, and remove your clothes now. I want to that on top. She'll slap you. You think I'm in love, right? What does she want? And you need to tune her to do the mood. How to that? Has anybody seen a Dabara here? When a Dabara wants to do his work, what does he do? He has his own strategy. I'm a very lucky girl. And giving what is this? They do. And so the woman ignores the signal. The search. Dr. Jimo also wants the signal. introduction we're talking about. We don't have it. Okay, I'll be speaking. I hope it's okay. Now, discuss the importance of a social worker. I was saying, first of all, know where to touch. Where do I begin my introduction from? This question is asking me to discuss the importance of psychology to a social worker. The importance of a social worker. How do I start my introduction? The introduction should be all encompassing, all embracing, right? I should be able to get whatever you want to discuss or answer just in a nutshell. Next step. The importance of the social worker having the knowledge of psychology. So I have got 3 key areas, 4 key areas. First of all, I'm looking at a social worker. Knowledge of what? Psychology. Yeah. Social worker and the knowledge of psychology. Okay? Now, how am I going to start my introduction? This is a person who is a social worker in the first place. You are a social worker. But what you're saying, you need to have the knowledge of psychology. Yeah? Do you know what psychology is? Hello? I am a social worker. I need to have the knowledge of psychology. So I need to understand what I mean by psychology. I need to understand what I mean when I talk about who a social worker is. Then I'll come up with a very good introduction. Okay. Social work. The knowledge of social work has made a lot of communities to come together, understand each other, and develop. Full stop. And that's the word. But in order for these people to understand each other better, there is need for them to understand how they think. Psychology is the study of what? The mind. It is important for these people to understand how they think and how they do their activities or how they behave. Because I am understanding that psychology is the study of the mind and behavior. Are you getting me? You say, this essay is going to, I go back to the question. This essay is going to discuss the importance or social worker having the knowledge of psychology. I rest my case. I have touched on a social worker. I have touched on psychology. Right? The importance of psychology to a social worker. I'm going to cook my introduction in there. And at the end, before I start the main body, you say this essay is going to discuss blah 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 blah. You get me? Now, what really this essay is going to, or the writer is going to discuss, the writer now is you. Avoid personalizing when you are doing academic work. No, my name is Johannes Dieter. I'm going to discuss. No. No. You remember I said in psychology, I'm going to judge you sometimes by even the way the assignment comes out. That's psychology, because that's the way you'll be judging the people in the community. So. Now, in the main body, you come to the main body. The question is saying, discuss the importance. This is my question. And I have to bring answers from that. Discuss the importance of a social worker having the knowledge of psychology. Okay. Psychology is the study of the mind and behavior. Remember, I'm not saying the behavior of animals, the mind of animals or human beings. It's just general what? Behavior. And as a psychologist, you will either study the behavior of animals or the behavior of human beings, who in other biological sciences are still referred to as animals. We are animals, right? The question is saying, discuss the importance. Now, what's the importance of social work having the knowledge of psychology? Why should I have, you simplify, why should I have the knowledge of psychology as a social worker? So I start reading now. If it's a discussion, it's open. A discussion is an open-ended question. Okay? I can either discuss it in a positive way or in a negative way. It's open. Are you getting me? It's a little bit complicated. Calm down. A social worker must be enjoying life, you know what I'm talking about. So let's discuss. You are a social worker, don't keep quiet too much, man. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Man, you're too serious there. You're social worker. Yes, yeah. Come. Good. Social workers are social beings. They're not too serious. What's the disease? Take life easy. Yeah. The importance of psychology for social work. Now I start listing down. One. It makes the person to understand other people's cultures and beliefs quickly. This is point number one here. Okay? Point number two. It makes a social worker to accept other people's beliefs easily. Three. And when you list all those points of yours, put them aside. Now, start one by one. You explain one by one. Those are the points that will give you how many paragraphs you have to come to write. Okay. Make sure that in each and every paragraph there is a hitting point. Now, the secret is, over there I will allow you, on the main board, introduction, I will allow you to beat about the bush. Are you getting me? Because you're giving me the general perspective. But in the main body, hit on the target. I don't find that I'm carrying much. Hit the target, my friend. The target Here, I have outlined my points. The second is, now I'm answering the question, serious business. But a question that you have to bring out in this paragraph 1 from the introduction. Give the lecturer a clear-cut answer on what is the importance of psychology to the social work. So first of all, a social worker must have the knowledge of psychology because it makes him understand the people in a rural setup or whatever community better. It means one will make a hammer on the head of the nail. It's direct, straightforward. At this point, I will allow you to say, yes, I want you to be my direct. Why is the woman or the girl not going to slap you as a boy or man? At this point, why? Can somebody answer this? My dear, why are you not going to slap him now? At this point, one will feel like, I want you to be my girlfriend. No business about the bullshit. He has already done the foundation. Are you getting me? And so if I say, no problem. There's a background. Okay? Like when the virus is off in the office here, man, that's the only poor guy. Hi. Good. Yeah? Yeah. I was eating this juice. Can you have one? Whether she accepts or not, I don't mind. But that's where we begin from. Hello? The thinking of a social worker, you need to begin from somewhere. From somewhere. Even if we are asking you to go to Zunga, you know the kind of community that is there and the mindset, right? Okay. As a social worker, with the knowledge of psychology, you must be in a position to go there and penetrate and fit in nicely. Because your area is to study the mind and the behavior of the people in order for you to fit in and solve what you have to solve. You are a problem solver for the community out there, whether in the house, whether in the rural area. I know that others are sitting like this, you are sitting like this, others turn back comfortable, others are sitting like this. I can tell the story. So you come to the main point and you back it up. Why are you saying this point is important? How important is the point that you have brought in now? So you need to back it up. I want to get I want to study Bachelor of Social Work. Yes, you have hit the nail on this head, right? That's the point, direct point. I will ask you a question. Why? Then you start explaining. The point that you have given me, I'll mark. But I also need to look at how you have backed it. I'll also give you a mark. Clear? So you bring up a point, back it. Don't spend time. Go to another point in the next paragraph and back it. That's how we get marks. When you write an assignment, you're writing your paragraph, you ask yourself, is there any answer here that the marker is going to find sensible? You go down like that, you can paragraphs like that, and then finally you come to the conclusion. How do you conclude? A conclusion comes as a summary of what you have been writing. I you may also give your own understanding of everything that has been discussed in the answer. How do you conclude? There is always a certain way in which we come to conclude our work or assignment. It also must be appealing, appeasing, appetizing. How do you conclude your assignment? You have those beautiful appealing words like finally, in conclusion, as we conclude. Are we together? It has to show that above all the we reduce the gear. Alright? Reduce the gear. And the language must show that. After the conclusion, you now have a page for the references. Is that the references? What is it that we use here? You need to know. The American Psychological Association referencing style. APA. Do we use the Harvard system? You need to know that. How is the American system done? How do they reference? How is the Harvard system, British system done? You need to know that and the other systems of referencing. You are supposed to acknowledge the authors. Community to get information, community to get information, or wherever we get that information from. God. How do you got? When you get information from a book, first of all, you need to know who wrote that book. It's what helps you to get the references. Yeah? So if I want to write, sometimes it's very appealing again, you start your paragraph with a new point. According to John Kelly, 2021, he stated that. According to John Kelly, 2021, stated that Chizunguso Chizikandi connection, no vega no. It gives an appetite for one to match the work well. That's why I say when you Sanjika your assignment, don't wait for fun. Put it aside. Sleep over it. Come back to it again tomorrow. Read through it again. Check and still find some mistakes. And go through it 3 times. And sometimes it's advisable to even ask your neighbor, your friend. I said, I've written this, can you help me check through the English? This is a university where you don't need to be number 1. If you were number 1, walk from standard 1 up to form 4. We are not going to be together forever, my friend. Even if I get my first class distinction here, where I work is not where you work. So why am I competing with you? I have to compete with myself. So if I know, find a friend who you think, I think we will be amateur people, which is somebody who is bright. We are all bright, but there are others who are better than others, right? Identify someone who can help you. It may not be someone from here. It may be someone in the second year, third year, or fourth year. Or sometimes there are others who say, sir, not me who is your sir. Because I am the one who is giving you the assignment, so don't bring the problem to me again. But you can ask for clarity, listen to this,